In downtown Detroit, it's Jason Carr Live with your host, Jason Carr.
Hey, what's going on? Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, top of the hour on Local 4, live in the D. Yep, 10 a.m., Local 4, live in the D. Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin joining us. It's not every day you have a couple of major legends of stage and screen, both small screen and big screen, joining you at the local level like this.
Jane Fonda and who was the other one?
Lily Tomlin.
Lily Tomlin.
Oh, millennial. Oh, millennial. Hey, when Tropical Storm Irma blew into Georgia on Monday, it brought winds strong enough to knock down trees of all sizes. In shocking dashcam video from Spalding County, watch the Lexus in front.
Man.
Right into that falling tree. The driver, as you will see in a moment, the driver of the trailing vehicle who witnessed the incident jumps from his vehicle and runs up. Said the driver in the white car, the Lexus there, stunned but otherwise okay. Can we see it again?
Yeah, it's just amazing video. I think it repeats here, and yeah. And it looks like she sees it coming too. Like just at that last moment, she sees it coming down. But
and
there's
brakes,
absolutely
but not
nothing
hard
she
enough.
can do.
Oh yeah, there's no way you're getting out of the way of that. This is from Michael Head via Viral Hog.
I guess so. I guess Viral Hog buys the rights to these videos, and then NBC goes through and makes sure that it's okay to use that from Viral. I don't know how all that works. It's a bunch of copyright lawyers who are, just
basically
Viral.
there's some websites out there, or some apps, websites, whatever you want to call them, digital concerns that when they hear about a video that somebody posts on YouTube that was on their dash cam or whatever, if it's good enough, they'll swoop in and pay a nominal fee to buy the rights to it.
Yeah.
And then turn around and, you want to use it? Got to pay us. Want to use it? Got to pay us. That's the way it works. That's the new economy on the interwebs when it comes to viral video. An unusual effect of Hurricane Irma in Fort Lauderdale, sand blown up onto the roadway from the beach. The mountains of sand have made the roads pretty much impassable. People still frolicking on the beach, crews busy clearing away the sand.
It's unbelievable. Now take a look at this photo. This photo here. It's just incredible. And the very first thing you think of is it's obviously a Mario Kart track.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
You take away the Mario Kart.
That's a real photo right now of what Fort Lauderdale looks like. Of course, this isn't, but it's that's my favorite course. When I'm playing the Mario Kart circuit, I want to play Fort Lauderdale.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. British engineers say they have launched a sewer war against a giant blob. Beware of the blob. It creeps, it sneaks, it climbs all over you at night. That's right. You'll die of fright. It's the big, bad, fat blob of London sewer. Bum 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 bum. Is this guy's name really Thomas Water?
No, those are.
I'm joking.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Thames Water, the water department over there in the UK, monitoring the River Thames. They found a fat blob. Yep. And I was just singing the Blob from 1959 from the Steve McQueen movie of the same name.
Yes. I didn't know there was a theme song.
Yeah, the movie. Beware of the blob. Dun, dun, dun,
See, now
dun,
this is,
dun,
I think this is the
dun,
part
dun,
where the
dun.
blob opens its eyes, right? No, maybe not.
Anyway, British engineers say they've launched a sewer war against a giant blob of fat. Thames water officials said Tuesday it is likely to take 3 weeks to dissolve the so-called fatberg. They caution against expecting quick results as the fatberg is 250 yards long and weighs as much as 11 double-decker buses. The mass consists of congealed wet wipes, diapers, fat, and oil. I bet that smells great.
I bet. I mean, I spend a lot of time in the London sewers, and yeah.
Mind the gap, John. Mind the gap. Before they have to break it up before they suck it out. So imagine that. It's diaper wipes and diapers and oil
And oil and fat.
and fat,
Just all
congealed together.
so gross. But look at
Well,
they have the nice sewers. Look at that brickwork, huh?
This sewer is like 200 years old.
They don't make them like they used to.
John Landis could make a movie out of it. Was that a rat? That was
Oh,
a rat,
no,
wasn't
is it? Oh.
I think it was a rat.
may
Anyway,
have been.
so if this is infrared, that means that fatberg is actually the opposite color than we're seeing here. Think about that.
Oh, I didn't think about. No, that looks like a light, doesn't it? That's not infrared. Oh, maybe it is. Oh.
I don't know. Beware of the blob. It sneaks, it creeps, it clogs your pipes all night. Rich and compelling, now this.
Rich and compelling.
What do you got there? Whoa!
Yeah. Let's lose the banner for a second.
You know what's freaky about this? Guess what I zeroed in on?
What?
Can you take the banner down?
Uh-huh.
I don't know what you call it in shipping, but that wing that's there at the bottom of the bow,
Yeah.
or whatever that is underneath the water, that's kind of greenish in color. See that? Right here. This freaks me out.
Yeah.
Like the idea of being
It
run over by that is a thought
sticks
that like
forward a
gives
little.
me the willies.
A lot
Maybe
of
it's
power
because we
behind
were
that.
almost run down by a freighter when I was 10 years old out fishing up north by Detour Village.
Really?
On a foggy morning, we heard, we could hear the propeller, and all of a sudden this freighter just slides past us. I swear he only missed us by like 30 feet, but it was probably more like 30 yards. But to a 10-year-old, he may as well have been right next to us and ran us down.
Now, here's something I didn't put on the rundown, but we're going to have to take a look at this. Ready?
This is animal cruelty. I kept waiting for something like phenomenal to happen, like the dog had like 10 balls in his mouth or something.
Apparently, this is a service dog. This is how he likes to enjoy his days off of work.
Beware of the blob. Star Wars in England. First we had the sewers, now we have Star Wars. A little surreal in a staid British neighborhood. Ian Maquette built a 20-foot replica of an AT-AT, an armored all-terrain vehicle from Star Wars. You know, the elephantine walking machines. The AT-AT is one of the iconic images from the original trilogy. Made out of wood, took him about a month to build. It's like a beacon attracting Star Wars fans from around the world.
Well, and I think there's sound with the guy, but he says like, oh, we were at Star Wars in Disneyland, and I just looked at one and thought, oh, I could build one of those. And so he did.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, it is not every day that you get legends of stage and screen.
Oh, yeah,
in the
Lily
building.
Tomlin. I know
I
exactly.
mean,
who that
listen
is
to Steve Garagiola. Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin in studio live today. Together. Yeah, here?
Actually, in the building.
In the building.
It's not one of those teasers where you guys say.
No, it's not via satellite. They're actually here.
That is so cool.
See?
That is so cool.
This one goes, and who's the other one? I said Lily
Well,
Tomlin.
you know what? Never mind.
I know. Just
We should start a new segment called Fun with Millennials. Or alternative title, The Olds Get Mad.
Then we could be a two-part show.
Apple revealed 3 new iPhones at its big event yesterday. The new iPhone 8, 8 Plus, resemble the iPhone 7, but have a new glass back that allows for wireless charging. Then there's the iPhone 10, not to be confused with the iPhone X. No, this is a Roman numeral 10 with an edge-to-edge display that Apple's Tim Cook says is the biggest leap forward since the original iPhone 10 years ago. The home button is gone, and hang on to your earbuds, $999.
Yeah. Yeah, and from what I can tell, now this is interesting. This is that part there with the animated emoji, which is, I mean, it's sad to think that you're going to spend $1,000 on a phone that has just this technology, and that's the new really big thing, is that it can monitor your facial movements and then be able to animate that into an emoji. Of course, that's what people want in a phone.
Panda Watch. Tokyo's newest giant panda has reached the 3-month mark, and Ueno Zoo released footage of the furry celebrity to commemorate the day. The baby panda has 4 canine teeth already. He would rip your face off.
He's a dangerous bear.
While its eyesight is still developing, the cub takes an interest in things in front of it. When measured on Sunday, it weighed in at nearly 12 pounds and was 2 feet long. The cub had been inseparable from its mother, Shin Shin, which used to live with it in a room where it was born. But in September, the mother panda started frequenting the adjacent room. The name of the cub, will be announced after September 20th, when the cub celebrates being 100 days old.
Now, at what age do these cubs start talking?
Look at that. Astronauts. Soyuz space capsule with 2 Americans and a Russian is docked with the International Space Station. The capsule, boy, I wonder what that conversation's like.
How was your flight?
Do you think politics even come up?
No, well, maybe, but yeah, I don't know how that goes.
The capsule blasted off from Kazakhstan Tuesday and docked with the space station about 5.5 hours later. All 3 are to stay on the space station for 5.5 months, during which Putin and Trump's names will never come up, not once.
Not once. Doesn't.
There's
come
probably
up
a sign in the International Space Station
Yeah.
that says, "No talking of the politics."
No, I was listening to something interesting yesterday, and they were talking about the 8-month-long journey it would take to get to Mars and how that's such a long time. But the first voyage to Australia took 8 months.
There you have it. Today's historical fact, courtesy of one John Steckroth. Returning to our top story, Carr hits tree. When Tropical Storm Irma blew into Georgia on Monday, leaving Florida behind, it brought winds strong enough to knock down a tree, taking out this Lexus in the process. My goodness. Wrong place, wrong time.
Well, I mean, the issue is that she's not driving a Ford or a GM. You know, that would have gone right through the tree, right?
Well, there's a testament to Lexus. I mean, if you're going to,
Yeah.
look at, Lexus could swoop in and pay Viral Hog some money for this and say, look how tough I mean, this is not a new RX either. It appears to be an older generation.
Now, let's do some investigation. What does it say on the piece of paper that's on this guy's dash? K-Town. I got that.
This is in Georgia, right?
Mm-hmm. Spalding County.
And it is, can you back it up?
Yeah.
Okay, so class, this is kindergarten town. Class, here are
Few.
few notes to something. That says class, and that says K-Town, so I'm guessing it's kindergarten orientation.
Whatever it says, it must not be that important because they wrote it in Comic Sans.
Yeah. Now that's going really deep in the millennial humor catalog. Anybody that is watching that gets John's Comic Sans reference, there is and it started in Gen X. Comic Sans, this sort of cartoony, almost Sunday comics page in the newspaper funnies kind of writing, is an actual font that you can print out in Microsoft Word or whatever. And it has become synonymous with sort of a hacky, lazy, amateurish way of depicting, or in some cases, totally inappropriate. Like you know.
This is a kindergarten newsletter. Like send this out to the parents.
It's an appropriate font for a kindergarten newsletter. You wouldn't use it for an obituary.
Yeah.
But it gets misused and overused and misapplied all the time by people who, laypersons who don't understand why you use different kinds of type for different topics or tone.
Right. Now this is something interesting. People always usually make this mistake. Font specifically has to do with the size. Typeface is what the word.
Again, we go down the millennial hole of hipsterdom.
Now here, take a look at this video. I found this yesterday. Slow motion of the funnel. Wow, so that's how a fire works. Pretty neat. Slow-mo guys, they put that together.
And all it cost them was, how many fans are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, what? So like 10 fans
and a gallon of gas.
$18 a pop at Kmart or wherever. So like $200 in fans, probably another $50 in blue spray paint, so that's $250. That galvanized can, what, 20 bucks?
Yeah, sure, 20.
$270, and then a gallon of gas.
And the camera. The camera they've got that they use for these it's a really nice camera. I wonder what it is exactly.
Yeah, but they can use it over and over again.
Yeah, that's true. Wow, yeah, they use a Phantom V1610. It's like a $100,000 camera.
100,000, you say?
Well, it shoots at 10,000 frames per second, so it's understandable. You can do some real scientific research with that type of camera.
It's amazing. Again, British engineers say they've launched a sewer war against a fatberg, one that is as large or weighs as much as 11 double-decker buses in London. In foggy London town.
Lon Rin is asking about the music.
Oh, we could tell you, but we'd have to kill you. It is vintage, and it is looped, and it precedes. Huh?
This is funny. Okay, hold on. So someone asked John, "Where do you find these clips?" And Joel says, he'll just say he found him in the far reaches of the interweb.
That's true. Somebody as a regular viewer would know John would say that. Anyway, the music that plays is a loop of an obscure music cue from a movie that, while otherwise forgettable, contains one of the most famous scenes in movie history. And this music plays directly before that scene commences, or as it's commencing, and otherwise is lost to the sands of time. What are you cycling through here?
Oh, just our...
Oh, go ahead and put them up full. Why not?
Okay. Here we go. I was thinking pretty soon we need to do just a show only of our rich and compelling videos.
Oh, yeah?
Entirely.
Entirely comprised of nothing but rich and compelling. Like the comic sands of the hourglass, these are the viral videos of our lives. Tammy Coleman, LOL, that dog, though. I have a million questions to ask Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin in what will probably end up being a rambling interview. I must say that they are in town, though, to talk about the wages, especially those wages afforded to people who count on tips. Mm-hmm. Their hourly wage is much, much lower than the minimum wage.
Yep.
And oftentimes the tips don't make up that gap, and you end up below the poverty line.
Oftentimes they do, though. I mean, I worked as a server for a long time, and for the most part, over the course of the year, it averages out. But on a slow night, you have a slow week, and then you have a tough time making rent that week.
I believe the average that I saw was $19,000 a year when it accounted for all service jobs that
Really?
require or
Yeah.
lean on tips. You can make a pretty decent living in a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
But not everybody gets to work in the nice restaurant. Somebody's
Yep.
got to work at the Greasy Spoon and support 3 kids at home, that kind of thing. So Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin are sort of on a progressive crusade across the country, and made a special point to stop in Michigan because, we're sort of a blue-red state that went for Trump this past election, and is seen as one of the key battleground states, as it always is in politics. And so they are looking to, as I said, go progressive.
Does that mean, so we're looking to go do away with tipping in general and just do higher
We're
wages?
going to get into that.
All right.
That's why
Yeah.
we have them on live in the D, because then we'll ask them, well, what is your end game? You want to do away with tipping that's been around for a long, long time, and maybe has some unsavory origins? We'll be watching live in the D on my phone. A grandson, Grey Pop, hijacked the TV to watch Disney Junior. Yes, Kathleen Lily Tomlin went to Cass Tech and Wayne State.
Really? I didn't know
She
that.
did. Yes, she did. And Jane Fonda, for a while, was married to Tom Hayden, who was linked to the University of Michigan. So, have you seen Grace and Frankie, the show that they're doing?
I haven't really watched it. No, I and Netflix, I'll scroll through and I end up passing it. Yeah.
Septuagenarians behaving badly.
Septuagenarians. That's one for your lexicon.
What's the Apple stock doing there in the wake of yesterday? It's down a little bit.
Yeah.
Down a little bit.
I mean, like I said, that's the one major feature that was really debuted was this emoji animation.
Emoji.
Emoji. And it's neat, but is that type of technology worth $1,000 right now? There's a couple other things. I think it has an infrared camera, which is kind of interesting, but again, for the regular consumer, do you really need an infrared camera in your pocket at all times? But the camera has some really, really neat upgrades. I know that it has an f-stop now of 1.8, which is pretty awesome. But as far as it going, we did away with the home button. It's like, okay, well, that's nice. All the other phones.
240 frames per second, 1080p.
Yeah. So they also introduced the new Apple TV, which is available in 4K. They've got the new Apple Watch that's going to have some more biometrics and things like that. Kind of neat stuff. Usually we look forward to this event every year, and
The hilarious part about all this, and not to be glib or overly clever, but people, you're going to give them a camera that shoots 240 frames per second at 1080p, and they're still going to shoot stuff like this.
Yep.
And by like this, I mean, hang on, as opposed to turning the camera this way and getting the old widescreen for the future generations to enjoy on their living room TVs. I'm going to take a picture right now.
There aren't enough televisions. Why don't we put our televisions vertical? That's a question.
I saw our
One of our
general
guests.
manager, Marla, just walk through the atrium. I have a sense that we might be close to Hollywood A-list royalty walking through the front doors here at WDIV. Where should I put this photo? On Instagram
Yeah.
of my view?
Yeah. Instagram.
You don't sound so sure.
I don't know. What did you take a picture of? The microphone?
I just took a picture of my view.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm not going to filter it or anything. I'm just going to throw it up there. Next, say something. My view during Facebook Live at 9:15-ish on Local 4 fan page. I didn't even proofread it. I always proofread, so it's probably got a typo.
The one time you don't.
Ryan, not gonna do it. Not gonna happen. Kim says, ask Lily Tomlin about being the voice of Miss Frizzle in the Magic School Bus, which she provided between 1994 and 1997, as I recall.
That's right, yeah. Now, I had heard something about the Magic School Bus might be coming back. Or maybe it was something else.
Kara Schroeder Miller does the British series say Cara. Cara Schroeder Schrader. Cara Schrader Miller. Hey, Cara Schrader Miller, did you see that humor? I think it was Wired or AV Club, one of those, made fun of the fact that there's no iPhone 9.
Yes.
Did you see it was like a satire piece where the guy supposedly speaking as the voice of the creator of the iPhone 9 is like, hey, wait a second, nobody told me.
No, I didn't see it.
What do you mean there's a 10? You just skipped right over. I'm working all my butt off on the 9 all this time, and you just went from 8 to 10?
It's outdated already. Throw your work out. Yeah, I mean, I guess 10 sounds better. You're probably going to sell more 10s than you would 9s, but...
Can you get the Kratt brothers on Live in the Day? They get plenty of TV exposure as it is on PBS. But no, I think my daughter would absolutely faint if I was able to interview the Wild Kratts. Wild Kratts. Beware of the blob. It sneaks, it creeps, it slides all over you at night. That's right. David, that kind of wasn't the joke. Lon's dogging them for the Samsung comparison, trolling them. Okay, in 14 minutes, we're going to fire up Live in the D today. Again, before Tati returns tomorrow, one more show with Kim DiGiulio filling in for Tati. And as I said, Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda in town on a progressive mission to talk about fair wages. And we will also talk to them about Grace and Frankie, their show, actually filming season 4 right now as season 3 airs, I believe it is. And we'll talk to them about how much fun they're having doing that, and of course the longevity of their careers, and who knows what will come up. Maybe we'll even bring up leg warmers. It is 35 years later after Jane Fonda's workout tapes on VHS.
Well.
All right, we'll see you on TV.
Stay classy, Detroit.